There are moments in life when the noise becomes too much. Not just the noise outside, the noise inside your own mind, the pressure to succeed, the fear of falling behind, the exhaustion of pretending you are okay when deep inside you feel emotionally drained. And maybe tonight nobody sees it. You smile, you answer messages, you continue your routine, but your soul feels tired in a way sleep cannot fix. If that feeling sounds familiar, this message may have found you for a reason, because according to ancient Buddhist teachings, the human mind was never meant to carry this much chaos without rest. And yet every day millions of people wake up already anxious, already overwhelmed, already emotionally exhausted before the day even begins. The modern world teaches us to move faster, but Buddhism teaches something completely different. Slow down, breathe, return to yourself. For the next few moments, allow your mind to become quiet. Not perfect, not empty, just peaceful enough to hear your own heart again. Take a deep breath in, and slowly let it go. Right now, you do not need to solve your entire life. You do not need all the answers. You only need this moment. Because healing does not begin when life becomes perfect. Healing begins the moment you stop fighting your own mind. A Zen teacher once said, "You should sit in meditation for 20 minutes every day. Unless you are too busy, then you should sit for an hour." First, that sounds strange, but think about it. The moments we avoid silence the most are usually the moments we need it the most. Most people are not afraid of being alone. They are afraid of what they will hear when everything becomes quiet. The sadness they buried, the stress they ignored, the emotions they distracted themselves from with endless scrolling, endless work, endless noise. But Buddhism teaches that peace is not found by escaping yourself. Peace is found by understanding yourself. And that understanding begins with awareness. Right now, notice your breathing. Notice the tension in your shoulders. Notice the racing thoughts. Notice how your mind keeps jumping between the past and the future. This is what Buddhists call the monkey mind. A restless mind that swings endlessly from fear to fear, thought to thought, worry to worry. One moment you regret the past. The next moment you fear the future. And somewhere in between you forget to live. But here is the truth most people never realize. Your thoughts are not your identity. Just because your mind says something does not mean it is true. You can feel anxious without being broken. You can feel lost without being a failure. You can feel overwhelmed without losing your worth. Clouds can cover the sky, but they never destroy the sun. In the same way, difficult emotions may cover your inner peace, but they cannot destroy who you truly are. This is why meditation became such a powerful part of Buddhist life. Not because meditation magically removes problems, but because it changes your relationship with them. Imagine holding a glass of water in your hand. If you hold it for 1 minute, it feels light. Hold it for 1 hour, your arm begins to hurt. Hold it all day, and eventually you collapse from exhaustion. The problem is not always the weight. The problem is never putting it down. Many people carry emotional pain like this every single day. Stress from work, family pressure, relationship wounds, fear of the future, loneliness hidden behind social media smiles. And over time, the nervous system becomes exhausted. The body becomes tense. Sleep becomes difficult. The mind becomes noisy. That is why calmness is not laziness. Rest is not weakness. Peace is not wasting time. Peace is medicine. In Zen Buddhism, there is a belief that every human being has a quiet center inside them, a place untouched by fear, untouched by failure, untouched by the opinions of the world. But most people never experience it because their lives are too loud. So tonight, instead of trying to control everything, try this. Pause. Not forever. Just for 1 minute. Close your eyes if you can. Take a slow breath in through your nose. Hold it gently. And release. Again. Slowly. Notice how your body begins to soften. Your heartbeat slows down. Your thoughts become lighter. The tension begins to loosen. This is not magic. This is your nervous system remembering safety. Modern life keeps the human brain in constant survival mode. Notifications, pressure, comparison, bad news, financial stress, emotional exhaustion. Your brain was never designed to process this much stimulation every single day. That is why silence feels uncomfortable at first. because your mind has forgotten what peace feels like. But Buddhism reminds us that calmness is not something you create. It is something you return to. A lake becomes clear not because the water is forced to calm down, but because the mud is finally allowed to settle. In the same way, your mind becomes peaceful when you stop feeding it constant chaos. And maybe this is the sign you needed today. Maybe you do not need to push yourself harder. Maybe you need gentleness. Maybe you need sleep. Maybe you need stillness. Maybe you need to stop speaking to yourself with cruelty. Many people spend years bullying themselves internally. I'm behind. I'm not enough. I should be doing more. Why can't I handle life better? But if a friend came to you exhausted and emotionally overwhelmed, you would not speak to them that way. So why speak to yourself that way? Buddhist wisdom teaches compassion not only for others, but for yourself. Self-compassion is not weakness. It is emotional intelligence. It is understanding that healing people deserve kindness too, especially from themselves. There is a story about a monk who carried a candle through a dark forest at night. Someone asked him, "Why carry only one small candle when the forest is so dark?" The monk smiled and replied, "One candle is enough to take the next step. That is how healing works. You do not need to fix your whole life tonight. You only need enough peace for the next step. Enough strength for tomorrow morning. Enough hope to keep going." Sometimes survival itself is a form of courage. And if nobody told you recently, you are doing better than you think. Even now, through all the pressure and emotional weight, you are still here. Still breathing. Still searching for peace. Still trying. That matters. More than you realize. And the beautiful thing about Zen living is that it teaches us to find sacredness in ordinary moments. The warmth of tea in your hands, rain against the window, the sound of birds early in the morning, a quiet walk at sunset, a deep breath before sleep. These tiny moments seem small, but together they become a peaceful life. Because happiness is not always a dramatic achievement. Sometimes happiness is simply a calm nervous system. Sometimes peace is the greatest success of all. And in a world addicted to speed, choosing calmness becomes a quiet form of rebellion. So tonight, before you sleep, release the pressure to become someone else. You do not need to prove your worth every second of your life. You are already worthy of rest, worthy of healing, worthy of peace. And as your breathing slows, allow yourself to remember something deeply important. This moment will pass. No emotion lasts forever. No storm lasts forever. No overwhelming feeling stays forever. Like seasons, the mind changes too. And one day, you will look back at this difficult chapter and realize something powerful. You survived it. You grew through it. And slowly, gently, you found your peace again. There is something the modern world rarely tells you. Your mind becomes what you feed it. If you feed it fear every day, it learns fear. If you feed it comparison every day, it learns insecurity. If you feed it noise every day, it forgets how to rest. This is why so many people feel emotionally exhausted without understanding why. They are physically alive, but mentally overstimulated. Every morning begins with notifications. Every night ends with anxiety. And somewhere in the middle, people slowly lose connection with themselves. Buddhism teaches that suffering often begins not from life itself, but from attachment. Attachment to expectations. Attachment to control. Attachment to how we think life should be. We suffer because we want certainty in an uncertain world. We want permanent happiness in a temporary life. But Zen wisdom gently reminds us, everything changes. The weather changes. The seasons change. People change. Thoughts change. Emotions change. Even pain changes. And when you truly understand this, something inside you softens. Because you stop treating difficult moments as permanent prisons. You begin to see them as passing clouds. There is an old Buddhist story about a man who was chased by a tiger through the forest. Terrified, he ran until he reached the edge of a cliff. Desperate to survive, he grabbed a vine hanging over the side. Above him, the tiger waited. Below him, another tiger watched. And then he noticed something else. 2 mice were slowly chewing through the vine. Death above. Death below. Time running out. But then the man saw a single strawberry growing from the cliffside. And in that moment he picked it. He tasted it. And he realized it was the sweetest strawberry he had ever eaten. The story sounds strange at first, but its meaning is deeply powerful. Life will always contain uncertainty. There will always be problems you cannot fully control. But even inside difficult seasons, beauty still exists. A warm cup of coffee, a quiet sunrise, a peaceful song, someone who genuinely cares about you, a moment of stillness before sleep. Zen living is learning how to notice the strawberry. Most people miss life because they are mentally somewhere else. They eat without tasting, listen without hearing, rest without relaxing. Their body exists in the present, but their mind lives in regret and worry. This is why mindfulness became one of the most important teachings in Buddhism. Mindfulness is not complicated. It simply means becoming fully present with your life. Right now, not tomorrow, not next year, not after everything becomes perfect. Now, feel your breathing. Notice the air entering your lungs. Notice your heartbeat. Notice the chair beneath you. This moment may seem ordinary, but according to Zen philosophy, ordinary moments are where peace is found. Not in endless achievement, not in constant productivity, not in proving your value to strangers online. Real peace is quiet, simple, gentle, and perhaps that is why so many people overlook it. Because the modern world celebrates exhaustion. People brag about burnout like it is success. I barely slept. I'm working non-stop. I never take breaks. But a burned-out mind cannot experience joy clearly. An exhausted soul cannot hear inner wisdom clearly. And a nervous system trapped in stress cannot fully heal. This is why Buddhist monks often live slowly. Not because they lack ambition, but because they understand something most people forget. A peaceful life is more valuable than a rushed life. Imagine waking up without immediately checking your phone. Imagine drinking tea slowly without rushing. Imagine taking a walk without needing to document it online. Imagine sitting quietly without feeling guilty. That is freedom. Not financial freedom, not social status. Mental freedom. And mental freedom begins the moment you stop allowing every outside voice to control your inner world. A Zen master once said, "You cannot calm the storm, so stop trying. What you can do is calm yourself. The storm will pass." Think about that carefully. Most people spend their lives trying to control everything outside themselves. The economy, other people's opinions, relationships, outcomes, the future. And because life is unpredictable, they stay anxious. But Buddhism teaches that true peace comes from mastering your response, not controlling the world. This does not mean becoming emotionless. It means learning how to sit with emotions without drowning in them. Sadness may visit you. Stress may visit you. Fear may visit you. But they do not have to become your identity. Meditation helps teach this gently. When you meditate, thoughts continue appearing. But instead of fighting them, you observe them. Like clouds drifting through the sky. One thought says, "You are not enough." Another says, "You will fail." Another whispers, "You are falling behind." And instead of believing every thought automatically, you simply watch them pass. Over time, something incredible happens. You realize your awareness is stronger than your anxiety. You realize peace was underneath the noise all along. Many people believe healing must look dramatic. But often, healing is deeply quiet. Healing looks like sleeping peacefully after weeks of stress. Healing looks like finally breathing deeply again. Healing looks like no longer hating yourself. Healing looks like forgiving yourself for being human. In Buddhism, there is compassion for imperfection. A cracked bowl is still valuable. A stormy mind is still worthy of love. You do not need to become flawless to deserve peace. You are allowed to rest while still growing. And maybe this message is reaching you during a season where you feel emotionally tired. Maybe you have been carrying invisible pain, smiling externally while struggling internally, trying to stay strong for everyone else while secretly wishing someone would comfort you. So pause for a moment, place your hand over your heart, take one slow breath, and remind yourself, I am allowed to heal slowly. Not everything must happen immediately. Nature itself moves patiently. Trees do not rush their growth. The moon does not hurry across the sky. Sunsets never apologize for arriving slowly. So why do humans punish themselves for not healing faster? Your journey is not late. Your life is not ruined because you had difficult chapters. Sometimes the darkest seasons teach the deepest wisdom. Many Buddhist monks spend years in silence, not because they hate the world, but because silence reveals truth. And one truth silence often reveals is this: most suffering comes from resisting reality. We suffer because we replay old memories repeatedly. We suffer because we fear things that have not happened yet. We suffer because we compare our path to others. Comparison especially destroys inner peace. Social media has made millions of people feel inadequate. People compare their real lives to curated highlights online. But Buddhism teaches that envy disappears the moment gratitude begins. Instead of focusing on what is missing, focus on what remains. Your breath, your heartbeat, the opportunity to begin again tomorrow. That alone is sacred. A peaceful life is built slowly, one calm morning at a time, one mindful breath at a time, one gentle thought at a time. And perhaps tonight, instead of punishing yourself mentally, you can choose softness. Drink water slowly, dim the lights, play calming music, breathe deeply before sleep. Treat your nervous system with kindness, because your mind is listening to the way you speak to yourself. And over time, gentle thoughts create a gentle life. Before this moment ends, remember something important. You are not failing because you feel overwhelmed. You are human. Even the strongest people become tired sometimes. Even peaceful people struggle internally sometimes. But strength is not pretending to never break. Real strength is learning how to return to peace after life pulls you away from it. And that return can begin tonight. Not with perfection, but with one quiet breath, one mindful moment, one decision to stop fighting yourself. Tonight, before you sleep, listen carefully. Not to the noise of the world, not to the pressure of tomorrow, not to the endless voices telling you to do more, become more, achieve more. Listen to the quiet, because deep inside that silence, your mind has been trying to heal all along. Most people spend their entire lives escaping themselves. They stay busy constantly. They surround themselves with distractions. They fear silence because silence reveals emotions they have avoided for years. But Buddhism teaches something extraordinary. Silence is not empty. Silence is medicine. When the mind becomes quiet, truth begins to appear. You begin realizing how much of your suffering came from constantly fighting reality, fighting the past, fighting uncertainty, fighting yourself. And eventually the soul becomes tired, not because life is impossible, but because carrying emotional resistance every day becomes exhausting. There is an ancient Zen saying, "You cannot stop the waves, but you can learn to surf." Life will never become perfectly calm forever. There will still be difficult mornings, unexpected losses, moments of loneliness, moments where anxiety returns without warning. But inner peace does not mean living without storms. Inner peace means learning not to become the storm. That changes everything. Because once you stop expecting permanent perfection from life, you stop panicking every time discomfort appears. You begin understanding that emotions are visitors. Some stay for minutes, some stay for seasons, but all eventually leave. Even heartbreak softens with time. Even grief changes shape. Even overwhelming anxiety can slowly loosen its grip. And perhaps one of the greatest Buddhist teachings is this: nothing stays the same forever. This truth can feel painful sometimes, but it is also deeply comforting, because if difficult moments are temporary, then healing is possible too. Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is taking their first peaceful breath after months of anxiety. Someone is finally sleeping peacefully after endless overthinking. Someone is slowly rediscovering hope after emotional darkness. Human beings are more resilient than they realize. And so are you. Maybe lately your mind has felt heavy. Maybe you have been overthinking every conversation, every mistake, every fear about the future. Overthinking is exhausting because the brain keeps searching for certainty where certainty does not exist. The mind keeps asking, what if things go wrong? What if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if I'm not enough? But Zen philosophy teaches us to return to the present moment again and again, because most anxiety lives in imagined futures, very rarely in the present breath. Right now, in this exact moment, pause, take one slow breath in, and gently exhale. Notice that for this one moment you are safe. Not next year, not forever, just now. This moment, that is how peace grows. Not by solving your whole life instantly, but by fully arriving in one quiet moment at a time. A monk once asked his teacher, "How do I find peace?" The teacher replied, "Stop searching for something you never lost." Think about that carefully. What if peace is not something outside you? What if peace has always existed underneath the stress, underneath the fear, underneath the mental noise? Like the sky hidden behind storm clouds. Meditation simply helps you remember it again. And no, meditation does not require perfection. Your mind will wander sometimes. Thoughts will appear. Distractions will happen. That is normal. The goal is not to force the mind into silence. The goal is gentleness. Each time your attention drifts, you softly return. No judgment. No anger toward yourself. Just awareness. This gentle return changes the nervous system over time. The body relaxes. Sleep improves. Breathing slows. Emotional reactions soften. Science now confirms what Buddhist monks understood centuries ago. A calm mind heals the body too. Stress affects sleep. Stress affects the heart. Stress affects emotional balance. But calmness creates space for restoration. That is why peaceful living is not selfish. Protecting your mental peace matters. The world constantly demands your attention. Advertisements, drama, arguments, fear-based headlines, endless comparison online. And if you are not careful, the outside world slowly controls your inner world. Zen living teaches the opposite. Protect your energy carefully. Not every argument deserves your attention. Not every opinion deserves emotional access to your mind. Not every thought deserves belief. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is disconnect from noise and reconnect with yourself. Drink tea slowly. Watch the rain. Read quietly before bed. Sit in silence for a few minutes each morning. Walk without headphones sometimes. Allow your nervous system to remember peace again. Many people think a peaceful life sounds boring. But exhausted souls eventually realize peace is the real luxury. To sleep without anxiety. To breathe without heaviness. To wake up without emotional chaos. That is priceless. And perhaps tonight is the beginning of your return to calmness. Not because your life suddenly became perfect, but because you stopped demanding perfection from yourself. You are allowed to be a work in progress. You are allowed to heal gradually. You are allowed to rest without guilt. In Buddhism, lotus flowers are deeply symbolic. Because lotus flowers grow in muddy water. Not despite the mud. Because of it. Without darkness, the lotus could never bloom. And maybe your difficult season is shaping you too. Maybe this pain is teaching wisdom. Maybe this silence is teaching awareness. Maybe this exhaustion is teaching you that your soul needs gentleness, not punishment. One day you may look back and realize, the moment you slowed down was the moment your healing truly began. So tonight, before sleep, release the pressure. You do not need to carry every burden at once. You do not need all the answers tonight. You only need this breath, this moment, this small return to peace. Close your eyes for a few seconds. Take one final deep breath in, and slowly let it go. Allow your shoulders to soften. Allow your thoughts to slow down. Allow your heart to rest. And remember, you are not behind in life. You are simply healing at your own pace. The world may rush endlessly around you, but your soul does not need to rush anymore. Choose peace. Choose stillness. Choose gentleness. And whenever life feels overwhelming again, return here. Return to your breath. Return to the present moment. Return to yourself. Thank you for spending this peaceful moment with us on Soft Zen Mind. If this video brought even a little calmness to your heart, please like the video, subscribe to Soft Zen Mind, and share this peaceful journey with someone who may need emotional healing tonight. Until next time, breathe deeply, sleep peacefully, and protect your inner peace.